Hey Leo, welcome to your weekly forecast. This is going to be for March 21st through the 27th. Now, you might find the video after the dates I mentioned. That's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you were meant to find it, whenever it was time to hear the messages. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate. Take what does and leave what doesn't. See what is happening here for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. I feel like we need one more good shuffle here. And we are gonna see what's coming up. I am getting the number 5 around you guys. And like I obviously it's windy where I am. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm really kind of feeling that wind energy too for Leo. So I feel like you guys are coming into a time of really big changes. Okay, I feel like you guys are coming into a time of really big changes. We're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up. Ooh, well, that's not surprising. And I don't know if you heard that wind kick up just as I'm turning over the card. That was a beautiful confirmation. Wow, it's really kicking up, Leo. It's really kicking up. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But we do have the Queen of Wands here. This is your beautiful, fiery Leo energy, okay? And some of you have heard me say in past YouTube videos that the Queen of Wands comes up for me in my readings when the person that I'm reading for has had absolutely positively enough. Like you're beginning to open your eyes and you're beginning to realize how much other people benefit from having you around. You start to realize in your jobs, you've made a ton of money for your employers or for the companies that you've worked for. You have been very profitable. You've been an asset in any situation you've been in. And you're realizing that you're getting peanuts in return in comparison for what you're bringing to the table. And you're fed up. You're tired of it. You don't want to do it anymore. And so when I see the Queen of Wands, it's like you're starting to realize that I'm not going to give discounts. I'm not going to play small, right? I speak up. I try to say what I need. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to meet me halfway. They don't want to give me what I deserve. So I'm not going to waste any more time in this situation or with these people. And you begin to reach for more. You begin to reach for higher because you have this healthy sense of entitlement and you know that you deserve it. And you're so fed up that this anger is like fuel for the fire that's like encouraging you or motivating you or propelling you forward. And so you end up having big changes in a short period of time. You end up landing big opportunities. People might look at you like, Leo, how'd you score that? How'd you get that offer? How'd you get that opportunity? You were finally ready for it. You finally realized, hey, I'm a top shelf person. I deserve top shelf opportunities, right? And so this energy that you're in is helping you land these things very quickly for yourself. Characteristics of the Queen of Wands, okay? I'm saying she because we have a woman here on the card, but these characteristics can still apply to you if you are a man, okay, or a masculine person. With the Queen of Wands, she is somebody who is very independent, very ambitious, very good with creative business ideas. There's an entrepreneur element with the Queen of Wands. She is the life of the party. She's very funny, very charismatic. People are very drawn to her. They're attracted to her. They find her very entertaining and just kind of like, what is she going to do next, right? So a lot of you may be stepping into these characteristics or figuring out how to take these characteristics or personality traits and making them work for you. I feel like some of you are coming into your work with a lot more showmanship, especially if you are a self-employed person. I feel like you're creating like this persona for your business. So if you're doing anything in terms of like putting yourself on social media, or if it requires for you to talk to people. If you're selling something, or if you're promoting your business, it's like you're creating this business identity. You're creating this business persona, a very charismatic business persona for yourself. The next card that's coming up here, I feel like I need to turn my light on. We have the Tower, okay? Now, the Tower is a card that scares a lot of people. And I'm going to tell you that I feel in this instance, because we have the Queen of Wands at the foundation, this gives me the feeling or the sense that the Tower in a lot of ways is in your control. Because having the Tower come up behind the Queen of Wands gives me the feeling or the sense that the Tower may be you losing your patience, you losing your cool, you being like fed up or done with something, where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm done. This is a word of caution. If you've been working in a job that has been just really working your last nerve, and you keep telling yourself you're going to wait a little bit longer, or maybe it's going to get better, or you have some time period in your mind where you're like, you know what, let me just stay for 30 more days because then I hit my 2-year mark, or I hit this, or I hit that, or whatever it might be. I'm sorry, Leo, but the Tower coming up after the Queen of Wands makes me feel like you're not going to be able to stay that long, even though it might not be a long period of time, right? Maybe for some of you, this is a living situation, or a situation that you've been having with a family member, and you keep telling yourself, I'm going to wait a little bit longer, I'm going to wait a little bit longer, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. You are at your limit. You are at your limit, Leo. So what these cards are telling us is this is the time to take action. Don't wait for the Tower moment. Don't wait to go off and then be like, oh man, now what do I do? Now where do I go? Now what's going to be the next step? Or to have that falling out and then be like, well, now what direction am I going to go in? But rather to come into the energy of, I need to start thinking about where I want to go and what I want to do. If that means updating your resume and starting to put it out there, starting to apply for jobs, if that means looking at other apartments or other living situations, or moving in some way, you need to start taking the steps. You need to start working towards it, because otherwise there's going to be a falling out. And I feel like the falling out is going to happen because you are absolutely positively sick and tired of a situation or a person, and you cannot keep it in anymore. So don't wait for things to get that extreme. Don't wait for things to fall apart in that way, and then you're running around trying to salvage a situation or figure out where you're gonna go. Keep in mind that the Tower is basically it's not like something that is meant to hurt us. It's meant to free us. It's meant to release us, and it happens when we are refusing to take action, when we see the writing on the wall. So we do have the ability to avoid the Tower moment by taking action. But if you don't take action, there will be a Tower moment, because Spirit is saying this is time to step away from the thing that is draining you or making you unhappy. And this is what needs to be done. If you don't do it, then Spirit is going to remove the situation for you. And even though it's being done out of love, like this cosmic prison break, it can feel very scary. So if you don't want the Tower moment to happen, start to take action. Start to take steps to go to the new thing. Because this old thing is done. It's done, it's done, it's done. And the reason why you're hesitating is because it's pushing you so far out your comfort zone. And that's feeling scary to you. But you'll be happy once you do it. The next card that's coming up here for Leo is the Page of Wands. We have a lot of fire here. A lot of fire here. But what's interesting to me is that there's almost like a demotion it's going from Queen of Wands to the Page of Wands. It's like a backtrack. It's like a uh backtracking in energy. So I feel that this is what's happening. A lot of you realize that you deserve more and that you don't deserve to be treated in the way you've been treated, and you are going out there for another opportunity, right? You are maybe looking for a new job or a new relationship or a new living situation or whatever it might be. But the Page of Wands makes me feel like you're aiming very small. You realize that you deserve better than where you are, but some of you are leaving that situation, seeking a new new situation. Some of you are leaving the situation, seeking a new situation, but you're playing it way too safe or way too small in the things that you're going for. So if it was a job, you're applying to jobs that are beneath you simply to leave an environment where you're not being treated the way you should be treated. But you're not aiming higher. You're aiming lower because you're playing it safe. And Spirit is saying don't do that. Or if it's a relationship, you might be going after people that you might think subconsciously, you know what, this person would be really lucky to have me. So I'm going to be with this person because they're going to be really lucky to have me. And so sometimes we aim for, if it's jobs or relationships, a lower situation because we think that they're going to appreciate us more. But guess what? They're not. They're absolutely positively not, right? They're not going to appreciate us more. They're not going to be treating us better. Rather, they're going to see us as like we don't know our worth, and they're going to think, score, I'm lucky. I can't let this person know what they're worth, because if they know what they're worth, they're going to be gone. And oftentimes, these are the people that treat us worse. They treat us worse when they should be so lucky to have us around. So Leo, stop aiming small. Reach higher. Aim higher. Because this other stuff is not giving you what you deserve. It's not giving you what you're worthy of. Alternatively, the Page of Wands can sometimes be somebody who's coming into our life and really kind of hyping us up. And they might be encouraging us to take too big of a risk, right? Like, say you're doing something in terms of business, and this person is like, you know what, Leo? You are so amazing. You are so talented. I totally believe in you. You're going to be such a success. You know, I've got your back. I'm here. We're going to manifest this for you. And they're encouraging you to take very risky gambles, right? Like, for example, they're like, oh, well, you should go buy new equipment for your business, because then you're going to have the capacity to fill more orders, and then you'll get more orders because you have the capacity for it, and we're going to manifest all these orders coming in and all this business, and you're going to pay everything off in no time. That's not always the way that it works. You might invest all your money into this big machinery or whatever it might be, and you don't manifest the profit as quickly as you needed to. And then you can't make your rent or your mortgage payment or car payment or buy food or whatever it is. And guess what? Hype man, hype woman, Page of Wands over here, they're not going to step in. They're not going to cover rent. They're not going to cover your expenses. They're going to say, oh man, that really sucks. I'm sorry, dude. They're not going to be there to deal with the consequences that you have to face when you take a massive risk or a massive gamble. We do need to take some risks and we need to invest, but we need to do it in a practical way. We need to take safe risks, safe gambles. You want to invest into expanding something? By all means, go ahead. But know what your budget is to invest. Don't do it to the point of breaking the bank and then having to freak out about the consequences later. There might be somebody in your life that's a little too positive, a little too ambitious, and they might be pushing you or encouraging you to do things that are gonna result in a big headache for you later. So you have to be in control. Take the inspiration, take the excitement, but take your steps and your gambles and risks in safe ways, in logical ways. The next card that's coming up here for Leo is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? And so this is going to be slow and steady wins the race. You might be really fed up and you might be wanting to make things happen very quickly, and you'll make it happen much more quickly than the average person. But this is not the time to break the bank. Okay? Or this is not the time to tell your boss to take the job and shove it and walk out and then say, well, I'm going to manifest a new job right away. No. Try if you can to land the new job first. Then you can do whatever you want to do in terms of quitting. Maybe you might be like, you know what, these people don't deserve a 2 weeks notice. Maybe some of you are fantasizing and dreaming about ghosting your employer. You know, just not even telling them you found a new job, just not show up and not take their calls. And I'm not recommending for you to do it, but I am feeling in the vibe some of you are dreaming of just never going back and never saying anything. You have to land the other thing first. Land the other thing first, and then you can quit in whatever elaborate fashion you fantasize about. But find the other thing first. Okay? If you're doing something in terms of self-employment, again, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Don't do super risky things. One foot in front of the other, one step at a time, and big things will happen. Okay? Next card here for Leo is the Two of Wands, and this is choices and decisions. Some of you are going to have more than one opportunity coming your way, and you're going to have a chance to kind of weigh out the options. Some of you are landing another job, and then your employer maybe is like begging you. So I'm trying to work the lighting here so we don't have as much glare. Some of you are landing another job or another opportunity, and then your employer is like begging you to stay. They might be saying, well, what are they going to pay you, Leo? We'll match it. We'll match it. Okay? Or we'll give you a raise. We'll give you a promotion. We want you to stick around. But for a lot of you, it's too little, too late. And those of you who are coming into new job offers, or people who want to partner up with you and do business with you, Two of Wands for me in my reading says you need to be a little bit cautious, because you're dealing with people who see a lot of worth and a lot of value in you, but they're hoping that you don't see it, and they're trying to get a discount. They're not presenting the situation to you entirely accurately. Like your boss may tell you they're going to give you a raise or give you a promotion to keep you there. But when you look at the kind of work they're going to have you do with this promotion, even though they're giving you a raise, that raise isn't enough for how hard they're going to be making you work. Some of you are going out for new opportunities, and a lot of places have downsized. And so they've taken different positions and they've crammed them together into one position. And you might think, oh, wow, this pay sounds amazing. This title sounds amazing. But you haven't looked at all of the job opportunities, like all of the job requirements, all of the, when I say requirements, I mean job description. You haven't really fully looked at the job description. And if you did, you would realize, wait a minute now, this is like more than one position put in together. I'm going to be doing the work of 2 people or 3 people. This isn't just like a straight, simple clerical position, or it's not a straight or simple a supervisor position. They're having me do HR stuff. They're having me do legal stuff. They're having me do, all this different department kind of stuff. If you can catch on to that kind of thing, you can negotiate your salary. You can say, well, this position typically requires these assignments, but I'm realizing looking at the job description that this is a couple of different assignments. So I think that it would be, fair to be paid more, right? Or this would be a fair salary. You can come in and you can justify the money that you're asking for with logic. If you can come in with logic and be like, well, here's the evidence, right? This is more than one position rolled into one. Then you can come in with logic. You can negotiate. Or if you are just going into a certain type of position or a certain kind of work, do a Google search. See what the average pay is. See what the going market rate is. And then you can say, well, this is the going market rate. And I think it would be fair to at least, be in this range. I feel you have a chance to negotiate here. Those of you who are wanting to partner with you, ask specific questions. Avoid that expectation versus reality disappointment. What are the roles? What are the expectations? Who's doing what? Who's investing what? What are you bringing to the table? Don't be afraid to ask those questions. You might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you click on the link in the description of the video, it will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings are linked in the description. Don't forget, guys, to check out the daily message as well. A lot of people have been asking me to do a card of the day, and I've been doing those. So I hope to see you all in the card of the day comments as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Be well.